Have you ever heard of a hacker who lived on the streets while cracking into some of the biggest companies in the world? We're talking about the New York Times, Yahoo, even Microsoft. This isn't fiction. This is the story of Adrian Lamo, the homeless hacker. So grab your coffee because we're diving into the fascinating and controversial world of Lamo, a man who defied definition. The prodigy with a backpack. Born in 1981, Adrian Lamo's fascination with computers began young. He was a self-taught prodigy, delving into the world of code on a Commodore 64. Lamo's unconventional lifestyle started early too. He dropped out of high school and chose to live a nomadic existence, often homeless, carrying his life in a backpack. Adrian Lamo wasn't your typical high schooler. While his classmates were attending pep rallies and stressing over college applications, Lamo was captivated by the hum of computer monitors and the flickering glow of early internet cafes. He devoured books on coding, his fingers flying across keyboards, teaching himself languages that would unlock the digital world. Lamo's home wasn't a house, it was the vast expanse of cyberspace. He navigated online communities, honing his skills and knowledge, but the physical world didn't quite fit him. He felt a disconnect, a sense of not belonging. So Lamo made a choice, a radical one for a teenager. He packed a backpack with essentials, his laptop, a few changes of clothes, and dog-eared coding manuals, and walked away from the traditional life. Lamo became a nomad, a hacker on the move. Libraries became his war rooms, cafes his power sources, and the hum of city life his constant soundtrack. He thrived on this unconventional lifestyle, fueled by his insatiable curiosity and the thrill of the digital hunt. By day, he explored the labyrinthine networks of corporations. By night, he found solace in the anonymity of the online world. Adrian Lamo, the homeless hacker, was a paradox, a brilliant mind living on the fringes, his fingers poised to rewrite the rules of the cybersecurity. Hacking the Titans. The late nights spent huddled in cafes paid off. Lamo's skills blossomed, and his hunger for a challenge grew. He craved the ultimate test, a chance to prove his prowess against the digital fortresses of the most powerful companies. These weren't teenagers messing around in their basements. Lamo set his sights on the Titans. The New York Times, a beacon of journalistic integrity. Yahoo, a pioneer of the internet age. And Microsoft, the software giant that shaped the digital world. Lamo meticulously researched each target, exploiting forgotten code and overlooked vulnerabilities. His weapon wasn't a gun or a bomb, it was his mind, a weapon honed by years of self-education and fueled by an almost zen-like focus. He wasn't a brute force attacker. Lamo was an explorer, navigating the intricate pathways of these digital empires, searching for the hidden backdoor and unlocked window. And then, with a single keystroke, he was in. Lamo had bridged the defenses, infiltrated the inner sanctums of these seemingly unbreachable systems. He wasn't there to steal or destroy. He was a ghost in the machine, a silent observer witnessing the vulnerabilities that lurked beneath the surface. The question remained, what would he do with his newfound access? This was the moment that would define Adrian Lamo, the homeless hacker, expose the flaws, or become the phantom in the system. Gray hat hacker, ethical enigma. Here's where things get interesting. Lamo wasn't your typical black hat hacker, aiming for malicious destruction. He claimed his actions were ethical, a way to force companies to improve their defenses. But his methods, hacking without permission, landed him firmly in the gray hat territory. Was he a security advocate or a vigilante hacker? The debate continues. The line between hero and villain can be blurry in the world of hacking. White hat hackers, the good guys, work within the law to identify and fix security weaknesses. Black hats, the malicious ones, exploit those weaknesses for personal gain or destruction. So where did Adrian Lamo fall? Lamo claimed his intentions were noble. He believed corporations were complacent, their security measures woefully inadequate. By hacking in, he wasn't stealing data or wreaking havoc. He was shining a spotlight on their vulnerabilities, forcing them to confront the gaps in their defenses. He saw himself as a wake-up call, a digital fire alarm blaring in the dead of night. But not everyone saw it that way. Critics argued his methods were reckless and irresponsible. Hacking, even with supposedly good intentions, was a crime. He was exploiting vulnerabilities, not patching them. What if his actions had exposed sensitive information or disrupted critical operations? The potential consequences were too high, they argued. Lamo, they declared, was a vigilante hacker, a self-appointed security crusader playing a dangerous game. The fall of Anonymous. The year was 2010. Lamo's life, already unconventional, took a sharp turn that would forever alter his reputation. A young soldier named Chelsea Manning, disillusioned with the Iraq War, leaked classified documents detailing US military activities. These documents, known as the Manning Leaks, became a global sensation, sparking outrage and igniting a heated debate about government transparency. The leaks found their way to Adrian Lamo. He saw something in the documents, a truth that resonated with him, but his reaction was unexpected. Lamo, the hacker who championed exposing vulnerabilities, contacted the authorities. He provided information that led to Manning's arrest. The news sent shockwaves through the hacker community. Lamo, once seen as a maverick figure, was branded a snitch, a traitor who betrayed the hacker code of silence. The online forums, once abuzz with discussions of his exploits, were filled with anger and vitriol. Lamo, the homeless hacker who walked a tightrope between hero and villain, had fallen. He had exposed a powerful corporation, but in doing so, he had exposed himself to the fury of his own kind. The life less ordinary. The fallout from the Manning case cast a long shadow over Lamo's life. He continued to work as a threat analyst, his skills in high demand, but the carefree days of digital exploration were gone. He struggled with mental health issues, the weight of his choices a constant burden. The online world, once a playground, became a hostile landscape. Lamo's story isn't a triumphant one. He didn't become a cybersecurity guru or a celebrated whistleblower. He remained a complex figure, a brilliant mind forever teetering on the edge. In 2018, at the young age of 37, Adrian Lamo passed away. The news barely registered on the mainstream media, a footnote in the ever-turning cycle of the digital age. But Adrian Lamo, the homeless hacker, left his mark. He forced corporations to confront their vulnerabilities, exposed the ethical complexities of the digital age, and ignited a debate that continues to this day. His story is a reminder that the lines between hero and villain can be blurred, that good intentions can have unintended consequences, and that the life of a hacker, especially one who walks the path less traveled, is rarely a straightforward one. Share your thoughts in the comments below, and if you liked this video, click the next one shown on the screen. I'm sure you'll like it. Thanks for watching.